In a blow to the very foundations of our democracy, former President Donald J. Trump, a man who has always been a staunch advocate for free speech, found himself unjustly silenced. This unprecedented move has raised serious concerns about the state of our democratic values and the lengths to which some will go to suppress dissenting voices. During his recent criminal trial, a controversial gag order was imposed, barring him from speaking out against the accusations leveled against him and preventing him from publicly defending his impeccable character. This gag order not only restricted his ability to communicate with the public, but also hindered his legal team's efforts to present a robust defense. This egregious infringement upon his First Amendment rights sent shockwaves across the nation, leaving many to question whether the scales of justice had tipped away from the fundamental principles upon which our nation was built. The First Amendment, a cornerstone of American democracy, guarantees the right to free speech, and its violation in this case is a matter of grave concern. The prosecution, driven by what can only be described as partisan motivations, sought to silence the former president, fearing that his powerful voice would expose the weakness of their case. Their strategy was clear: to prevent him from rallying public support and to undermine his ability to defend himself effectively. They understood that President Trump, a master communicator, could effortlessly dismantle their flimsy narrative and rally the American people to his side. His ability to connect with the public and articulate his position posed a significant threat to their agenda. The gag order, therefore, was a desperate attempt to muzzle a political opponent and prevent the American people from hearing the truth. It was a calculated move to control the narrative and suppress any counter-arguments that could weaken their case. This assault on free speech did not go unnoticed. The public, aware of the implications of such a gag order, reacted with outrage and disbelief, recognizing the broader impact on democratic principles. Legal experts across the country denounced the gag order as an overreach of judicial authority, a blatant attempt to stifle dissent and silence opposition. They argued that such actions set a dangerous precedent, threatening the very essence of free speech and open discourse. The message was clear: when it comes to Donald Trump, the rules don't apply. This sentiment echoed across various platforms, highlighting the perceived double standards in the application of justice. The very principles that have safeguarded our liberties for centuries were being trampled upon in the name of political expediency. The integrity of our judicial system was called into question, as many feared that political bias was influencing legal proceedings. The American people watched in disbelief as a man who had dedicated his life to serving this country, a man who had always spoken truth to power, was unjustly silenced. This moment served as a wake-up call, reminding citizens of the fragility of their rights and the need to remain vigilant. The gag order was not just an attack on Donald Trump, it was an attack on the very fabric of our democracy. It represented a broader threat to the principles of free speech and fair trial, which are essential to the functioning of a just society. It was a stark reminder that the radical left will stop at nothing to silence their opponents and cling to power. This incident underscored the importance of protecting our democratic institutions and ensuring that justice is applied equally to all, regardless of political affiliation. In a resounding victory for the First Amendment, and a testament to the resilience and integrity of our justice system, the unjust gag order imposed upon former President Trump has been lifted, marking a significant moment in our nation's history. This momentous decision, a beacon of hope in these turbulent times, affirms that even in the face of relentless political persecution and adversity, the Constitution and the rights it guarantees will not be denied or diminished. The lifting of the gag order is not merely a legal victory, it is a triumph for the American people, a reaffirmation of our collective voice. It signifies that the right to free speech, a cornerstone of our democracy, cannot be silenced, even when it comes to challenging the political establishment and its narratives. The American people have spoken, and their message is clear. We will not tolerate attempts to silence dissenting voices, no matter how powerful or influential the accusers may be. The decision to lift the gag order is a testament to the unwavering commitment of millions of Americans who refuse to be silenced. From coast to coast, patriots rallied in support of President Trump, recognizing that an assault on his freedom of speech was an assault on their own fundamental rights. This victory belongs to them, to the countless Americans who stood up and said, "Enough is enough." With the shackles of censorship finally removed, former President Trump is now free to speak directly to the American people, to share his side of the story, unfiltered and unrestrained, and to expose the truth that has been hidden from view for far too long. The American people deserve to hear from their former president, to judge the evidence for themselves, to weigh the facts, and to make up their own minds, free from the constraints of censorship and bias. The timing of the gag order's lifting has raised many questions and speculations. Was it a calculated move, a strategic decision, or simply a matter of course? Remember to like and subscribe.